Domain. Domain refers to the OK inputs, those X values that an equation can accept. X's that provoke a division by 0 or provoke a negative under the square root are not OK inputs. Find the domain for each of the following functions. A, y equals x to the fourth. Any x is fine here. Therefore, in interval notation, the domain is parentheses, negative infinity, comma, positive infinity, close parentheses. Infinity always gets in parentheses since we are approaching infinity, but we never get there. So notice this one is okay with any x on the number line, since by choosing any x value, replacing this x with any value on the number line won't provoke a division by 0 or a negative under the square root. B, y equals square root of x minus 6, we have to make sure this portion is positive or equal to 0, since you cannot have a negative under the square root. So this portion can never become negative. So we make sure that we say x minus 6 is greater than or equal to 0. Greater than or equal to 0 means positive or 0. 0 under the square root is no problem, since the square root of 0 is 0. Now solve for the x, and this describes the domain. All those x's that are greater than or equal to 6 are okay. You could replace this x with 6 and any number above 6. In graphical form, it looks like this. The bracket is because the 6 is included, the equal sign. So the 6 is part of the domain. And it goes towards positive infinity. So starting from 6 towards positive infinity is the domain. And this is in interval notation. For C, y equal 1 over x plus 3, just make sure this denominator is never 0. So you write it down, x plus 3 cannot equal 0. Solve for the x. So x cannot equal negative 3, but it can equal anything else. So how do you describe the domain in interval notation? Negative infinity up to before negative 3, but not including the negative 3. That's why it has a parentheses. Union, open parentheses, negative 3. That means right after the negative 3, but not including the negative 3, all the way to positive infinity.